to tell us who you are now, what kind of people you help, and what do you help them do with your deck?
Okay. My background is not a nice one, and I've come through a lot, but I've gone through things in a way that I feel like I'm so blessed now. In fact, my whole thing is blessedtude. It's a word I made up, and it means so blessed and full of gratitude. I help people go from pain to peace, to purpose. Like, I like all these P words, right? I had another one.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. And personal power. So it's like
Nice.
peace, personal power, and purpose.
I love it.
And my card deck really is a nice addition to that, because it's something that people can use on their own. I mean, we can use it together as well, but it's like a nice little self-help system where they can consult the cards for help with any given situation. So
nice. In the beginning of your card deck journey, what were the beliefs you had about yourself? What were you afraid of? What were you unsure of?
That's easy. I was afraid that let's put it this way. I was a crazy creator. Like, I have never had a problem with ideas. So, but I had, a friend calls it shiny object syndrome, where I'll be in the middle of working on something here, and they'll be like, and I'll see something shiny over there. And it's like, my attention goes over there, and then I work on that. And so any given moment, I can be working on like 10 projects. I don't know how, but I do. But I was starting to feel like I wasn't a finisher. Like, I was starting to feel like, and this particular card deck, I had, really, it was like a divine download 5 years ago, guys, 5 years. And I was really, really working with them and getting ready to start printing. But then my mom got really sick, and I had to take care of her. And I stayed with her until she passed, unfortunately, and I miss her every day. But I didn't go back to the cards, and they were sort of tucked away in a drawer somewhere. So literally, like 5 years ago, these were written, and then all of a sudden, Rosie came on my radar in like one of those divine ways where you can't deny that. Like, I went, what? Card deck? I have a card deck. And I worked with Rosie in her course and with the group that we were with, and it was just like an amazing situation where I did not have the artwork done. The cards were written, but throughout the whole process, it happened.
How has having this card deck changed your life?
It's amazing. I got to tell you that when they first came from the printer, it was like, oh my gosh, like literally to hold them in your hand, like, Rosie, you've had enough creations. And I have one child and love him dearly. And it's almost like another child, right? Like, like you made something, or you had the vision in your head, and then all of a sudden it lives, it exists in the world. So like, that's amazing. I've been more confident. I have to say that it's really helped me listen to my intuition, because like, I'm very intuitive. In fact, a lot of what I do with people is intuition, and it's led by my intuition. But I'm really good with other people, and a lot of times I'll hear the little voice for me, and it's like, nah, But like, since the cards and working with the cards a lot, I'm really, really listening to that, and some pretty amazing things have happened because of it.
Nice. Give us an example of how they've impacted the lives of other people.
Oh my gosh, my friends. I have some friends that I never thought would be interested. And in the beginning, I was like, oh, they're just buying them to support me, and that's really sweet. But like, literally, I've had people that I never thought like that this would be up their alley at all. They'll text and be like, today's reading made me cry. Like, it was so spot on. And that is really, really cool, I have to say. And it's just, the trickle effect. It's like, one of the things with the intuition that I was saying, I met a new lady, and just something inside me, I was like, I don't know her. I just met her. And you don't want to lead with like, I'm not real good at the self-promotion. I don't like marketing and being salesy, but I was like, something about her. I was like, I really think that she would enjoy these. And I didn't say anything. And then the next morning I had to meet with her again. And I just brought her a gift. I brought her a card deck. Well, she sent me the most incredible text the next day, and with pictures of them out with the reading.
Wow.
And she was like, she said, when you have these printed, I want to buy some. And I was like, they're printed. Come on.
Nice.
And she wanted 15 decks, which by far has been my biggest, sale at this moment. And she sent them out into the world to her friends.
Wow.
And those people are like contacting and being like, I received these cards as a gift, and I love them, and I need to give them to my friends. And it's just I don't know.
You're the gift that keeps on giving, right?
It's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember there was an old, I don't know, I think it was a telephone commercial, and it was like, and they tell two people, and they tell two people. And it's like these branches like come out, and people that you've never met in your life, and they're buying your stuff and then writing to you and telling you that it's helping them. And that's amazing. I think that's the biggest blessing. I've always just wanted to help people. And I really feel like these cards are definitely helping people. And that makes my heart smile.
So Lori, one of the questions that you answered for the qualification was that you did get into a store.
I did.
And you were at first like, you didn't even have that on your radar, right? So tell us how that's been for you, how that was for you to get into an actual store.
The funny thing about that was I had talked with the daughter of the owner of the store, and she right off the bat, she was like, when your cards are done, you bring them here, we're gonna put them in. And then something happened and the daughter left. And and I went in to meet with the husband, but I ran into the wife first, and she was like, can I help you? Like, and she was really curt. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I'm all confident. I can do this. Right. And she put me through the ringer, because I said, well, I'm here to meet so-and-so. He's going to see if he wants to put my cards in the store. And she goes, well, that's pretty funny, considering nothing goes in the store unless it gets past me. And I was like, uh-oh. It was a little bit, and it took like an hour of working with the cards with her. Then she saw them, she softened a little. And by the end of it, she was like, well, bring 4 decks. And I was like, guess what? I just happen to have a bag, and I have 4 decks right here.
Very good.
So we cleared the shelf. Yeah, that's something I'll tell you guys. Always, 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 always have them with you. Because there were a couple times where I missed out on either sales and that's why I went in. I was like, let me pick a number. And I was like, I'll just pick 4. 4 would be a decent amount to do it with. And so when she said, bring back 4, I was like, they're right here. And then we just cleared a space on the shelf and got them in the store. So it's pretty amazing. And I go in the store, and to see them there, it's a little like, it's wild. I have to tell you, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it really is.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So now you have the confidence to actually go into more stores, right? Because if you did it once and you had that kind of reaction.
Yes, because that was probably by far the hardest one to get in. And it's amazing how, how you buy a blue car, and you never noticed blue cars before, but then you buy a blue car and suddenly you see the blue car everywhere. I never realized just how many brick and mortar places that are in my area, and it's almost like new ones are popping up like almost left and right. So I just got over being really sick, and I can add that also, which Rosie, this, if you're not marketing, then you're not selling, kind of thing. So I'm just getting over being sick. And but yes, I have at least 4 or 5 stores on the list that I will be going into, and it's pretty cool. It is. I have to say.
Very nice. So I'm just going to hold up Lori's deck because I can't just get over
You love the
this
furry bag.
adorable. I love the adorable furry bag, especially like in the winter time up here. So that's the If Then Amen deck, and this is her beautiful little deck. So again, I'm going to have a link if you're interested in looking at this or reading further about Lori. Seeing me watching where she started is like, I never finish anything, to now being in stores and being willing to go and ask for, will you sell my beautiful card deck? And having people say yes and ask for her deck is really nice, really, really good. So congratulations. I hope that inspires you guys to see, like, from wherever you are, you can go to where you want to go just by showing up, right, Lori? It's just, you just kept showing up.
I kept showing up, and that's what I just want to tell everybody, that like I literally, it was a great process. It was a great process. There was accountability. There was creativity within the group that all like helped one another. And it was just like this wonderful collaboration of creative souls coming together and putting the finished product out there. Like, look at the big picture, and it's overwhelming. And it was great because Rosie was right there and was always like, just bring it back in, and we're just gonna, it's just step at a time. And you can do what you do today, but plan for the next thing. And it literally is just take one step at a time, and then the next step really does appear.
Awesome.
And it was wonderful. I'm so grateful. So
So
blessed
blessed to you, my dear. Thank you so much for sharing that story and how that all impacted you and how you're impacting other people, which, I know everyone on this call, like, that's what it's all about. It's like, how can we make impact? We also want to make income, right? We want both, and we can have both. And you're proof of that.